welcome to Craters Gaming. Today we're going to be making some radroaches out of some toilet paper rolls and some cheap foam that I bought at the Walmart. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. To start off with, we're going to take a couple of toilet paper rolls, cut them in half, and then set them to the side. Careful that you watch out for your fingers. You don't want to have any oopsies. Next step, we're going to take our cheap Walmart foam that we bought, and we are going to cut semicircles, I think about 6 out of the black and 2 out of the green. So I do want to have 2 of the glowing radroaches to go along with it. I didn't quite have an idea on how big I wanted these to be. Just as long as they're abnormally large, I think they're good enough. Our theme this year is Fallout, so you will see a lot more Fallout content coming up. This is just the first of many, hopefully. Hopefully I won't make y'all wait so long next time. I'm just going to use a paint pen to trace out the semicircles, and then I'm going to cut them out. They don't have to be perfect, they just have to be somewhat semicircle. Cutting them out takes no time at all. I'm going to go ahead and pre-cut some of it out. That way I don't have to struggle bus with the rest of it while I'm trying to cut the circles out. And I'm not going to throw away a lot of these little pieces. Some of them are going to become the heads, and some pieces are going to become the feet, or legs, or however you want to look at it. They're bugs. They're gross. And the head shape doesn't really matter too much as long as it's kind of rounded, and I'm going to glue it on the underneath side of the top part. I don't know bug anatomy, so please forgive me. But that's going to be glued on the inside, and then I'm going to glue antennae on the underneath side of that. You'll see. It'll look cool in the end. Trust me. Trust the process. Using my handy dandy hot glue gun, I am going to glue the top part onto this piece of toilet paper roll. That way it has a bit of a rounded shape. I'm just going to cut it to size, that way it doesn't overlap too much. This is just to give it more of a three-dimensional look instead of just being flat looking. Whether it stays stuck or not, I think it ends up looking pretty cool. And as always, when working with hot glue, please be careful. It is called hot glue for a reason. You will burn your fingers if you're not careful, which I did a couple of times, but that's part of the process for me. Grabbing a scrap piece, I am going to go ahead and cut it as thin as I can, and this is going to be the little antennae on the inside. Give it that buggy look. I do want to apologize with how rough my voice sounds today. I am suffering from my allergies, and hopefully next time it will be better. And shaboobie, the top part is finished. Now on to the next part. I am going to go ahead and lift the bottom side of that there. That way I can slip some more foam underneath it to give it a little bit more of a dimensional look, where it doesn't look so flat. Which means our buggy friend needs a body piece, and then he also needs some wings. So we'll go ahead and skip on to that. For the body portion, I'm going to draw lines. If you've ever seen roaches, they're gross. They do have these weird lines on their body. I don't know bug anatomy. Don't come after me, bug people. I'm sorry. But you're going to go ahead and glue that on as well. I wasn't completely able to lift the lip there. I glued it down a little too far, so that's just going to sit on it like that. I did end up trimming this one's little butt up just a smidge, and then I am going to cut out its wings, which takes no time at all. And of course we're going to hot glue those on as well. The best things with these nasty little critters, the more raggedy they look, the more natural they look. Not that we're really going for natural looking bugs, but I do want them to look more like the video game, and this is what I decided to go with. I had thought about drawing more details on the wings itself and then just dry brushing it later, and then to ixnay that idea, because then it would have been more work for a Halloween prop that nobody's going to notice the extra work anyway. I was mostly going for the creep factor, which these guys definitely brought to the table. I was very happy with how they turned out. I'm just making sure that it's not going to peel up or pop off, so I'm just adding a little extra hot glue right there, and I did get my fingers. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm just going to trim it to where it fits a little more natural, and then I'm going to hot glue that little sucker on as well. And shaboop, you got yourself a bug. Now you could probably dry brush these whatever color you want. I am going to take them out in the backyard here in a little bit and hit them with a little bit of spray paint and call them good. Now I haven't decided on how I'm going to attach them to things. I might end up hot gluing some bread ties to the underneath side. That is yet to be determined. Or I may just set them out. I think they look cool just the way they are. Literally everything you're going to need right here. Using a little bit of brown matte color on my black bugs to give them a little bit more color, because if you've ever seen a roach, they are not black, they're kind of a shiny brown. This is not a shiny color, but it does end up kind of looking like that. My intention is to stand back where I don't get paint all over me. I have a bad habit of wearing whatever craft I'm working on, and I don't want to ruin these shorts. And don't worry too much about going too heavy-handed on these. They look fine regardless. Same recording, just a different angle where you can kind of see what I'm up to. I did hit them with a little bit of glow spray paint, but I wasn't too happy with how it looked, so I hit it with a little bit more brown and then set them to the side to dry. Though with the right lighting, they would look fine. Now finished with these guys, I am going to move on to my two glowing green radroaches. Sorry, I'm a dork. With these guys, I did paint them with some of the glow-in-the-dark paint. It still looks a bit too dusty for my liking, even though with nuclear fallout they probably would look dusty. But I'm going to hit them with a little bit of yellow anyway to kind of give them a creepier look. And not so white. And to do that, I'm going to use the same brand that I use on all the rest of it. It's that Rust-Oleum stuff that works pretty good on plastic, so I don't have to worry about it melting it too much. Especially not with this type of foam. And another light dusting with the glow-in-the-dark paint. I think they came along pretty good. What do y'all think? Leave me a roach or a bug emoji in the comment section if you like this. I would definitely appreciate it. There you have it. Super easy, super cheap. There are going to be more in the series, so get your Pip-Boy on. Hit that like, subscribe, share the video. It helps out a whole lot, and I hope to see y'all again next time. Bye.